This is part 3, talking about traveling with my cat to Germany. I talked about getting the health certificate, I talked about what I packed for my cat, and us checking in at the airport and going through TSA. So on the actual flights, there wasn't a whole lot that I needed to be concerned about. My cat Minnie just stayed in her carrier under the seat right in front of me. I did have a blanket that I brought from home, just a small one, and I put it over top of her carrier. And I had seen other advice online that said to do this. It kind of helps calm them down. She did really well. There was no meowing from her. She wasn't moving around. Every now and then I would unzip the top and kind of pet her head a little bit. But then when we got to our first airport in Atlanta, we had about a 5-hour layover. So I wanted to give her a chance to walk around. So check in your airport to see. They should have something called a pet relief area. Atlanta had one in the international terminal, and it says on there, it doesn't say explicitly it's only meant for service animals, but it was titled a service animal pet area. I went in though, I made sure that there wasn't anybody like waiting in line. I didn't see anybody else trying to use the room while I was there. So inside, I have another short where I kind of gave a little tour of it, and I'll link to that one. I let Minnie walk around. There was a sink, a little grassy area, and whatever. The entire trip until we got to our hotel room and I set up her portable litter box and bought actual litter, she did not go to the bathroom. I didn't even bother setting up the portable litter box because remember, TSA had thrown my litter away. So I was kind of hoping she would just pee on the grass, but I figured she wouldn't. And she also didn't eat anything on the trip either. I think maybe she was just so unfamiliar with the space, a little too nervous. She didn't want to eat anything or drink any water. We then had a 9-hour flight from Atlanta to Munich, and she just stayed in the carrier the entire time. I would open it every now and then and just pet her and make sure she was okay. Again, she wouldn't eat anything, and there's really no area for her to kind of get out and walk around. So she spent a lot of time in the carrier. It was 9 hours to Munich, and then we had a 2-hour drive to our final destination. So when we got to the hotel, I checked in and went to a store immediately, bought some litter, and set up her food bowl and everything. It took her a while. She walked around and explored, but then she was good to go. She went to the bathroom, and now she's eating just fine. I will say, when we arrived in Munich, we were going through customs. They checked our passports and everything. I had just walked up to the desk and put Minnie like in her carrier on the ground in front of me. I don't think the guy saw her, so I don't think he even thought to ask about looking at my pet papers. They didn't ask about her at all. So they checked our passports and we walked on just fine. But I would suggest if you were coming, just have those papers ready to go. And I did have to show my papers when we got to our hotel.